and welcome to another session of Live with Littledata. I'm going to be running through a little bit of a deeper dive into Google Analytics 4 and audiences today. So I hope you find this helpful. Let's start with a screen share and we can dip into Google Analytics. Okay. So I'm going to demo this on our merchandise store, which is shop.littledata.io. This is just a test account we've got running, and we do actually sell our own t-shirts and caps and so on. So genuine browsing experience. We don't get a lot of sales, but it's useful to demonstrate the analytics. And I'm going to in this session look a little bit about audience building and how we share those audiences with Google Ads. So first thing just to flag up is, as I said, we don't get a whole load of users and traffic on this. We're a lot more we're testing sort of back earlier last year. So I'm going to look at the last 12 months of data. In your store, probably you can do this with a much shorter time period. So as I said, the topic of the day is audiences and sharing Google Ads. So the first thing we need to do is just go into the admin of Google Analytics and check that we've got the ad accounts linked. So under the property settings here, we can go to add account Google Ads links. And I'll see the link button here if I need to be an admin of the Google Ads account and also have edit property rights here on Google Analytics. So I need both those things to be able to link. And you can see here that I've got this link. This is our kind of main Google Ads link. And I set up a few different things here when I set it up. So we do want to enable personalized audiences. That's exactly the audience sharing that we're about to do. And I also want to be able to import conversions into Google Ads. I want to use the purchase event to having Google Analytics, which is typically more reliable. So I need the Google Ads links to start off. Now I'm going to go into a different property setting here, audiences. Now Google Analytics audiences for GA4 are completely rebuilt. So you'll see if you've used this in Universal, this is quite different. So I'm going to go. Well, let's look at some simple audiences I've already got here. So I can just build a basic audience of purchasers here. I've only got one of those, and they purchase on the web. Now, use for that audience. Well, I might want to use it to exclude people in Google Ads. So I might want to target people who have not purchased, as far as I know, and that would be helpful just to save my prospecting budget from reaching existing customers. So I can create a new audience, and one of the cool things GA4 has is some useful templates. So there's some really simple ones you might want, like purchasers, people who've not purchased, people who've been active but not active recently, and then also some very interesting predictive ones. So again, Google's ability to predict what customers will spend on your site is a large factor of how much accurate data you're feeding them in terms of what they're clicking on the site, what content they're viewing, what those people then purchase. But we can build some really powerful audiences out of the box. I'm not eligible because you need a certain volume of usage for the prediction algorithms to work. But likely 7-day purchasers, so basically people who are likely to make a purchase in the next 7 days based on their user activity so far. So there's loads of dimensions. GA might look through to this. It might be based on a certain location of the user, certain pages they've seen, a certain dwell time on the site. And then also like churning purchasers, people who have purchased in the past but likely not to purchase now. That's the kind of win back campaigns you can launch, and then also predicted 28-day top spenders. So give these people incentives, upsell them more expensive products, more expensive brands that you sell, so that you can maximize their lifetime value. Now I'm just going to go into create a custom audience to show you more of the options. So right, I'm gonna name my audience. So this is going to be interested purchasers for or dog food. I'm assuming I'm a pet food brand, and I want to just target people interested in dog food, not cat food, because they tend to be very different people. People who have dogs don't have cats, vice versa. So I can go here different dimensions, but I want to target e-commerce dimensions. And the first thing I want to target is category. So I only want to target users where the category of stuff, and this is an event scoped dimension. So it means that we're targeting anyone here who has had an event within this product category, where the product category contains dog food. Again, not something that will work on this site because we don't have that product category. And go back to my e-commerce dimensions. I want to look at ones where they've added a certain volume. Sorry. Go back in there. Dog food potential purchases. That again. Sorry about that. E-commerce category is dog food. Now, you'll see here also I didn't say at any point. So, they've seen a dog food at any point. I'm not going to tick that because I specifically want to target people who are actually interested in dog food, not just who browsed it. Right, what I wanted to do is e-commerce metrics. So there are different metrics I could get. I actually want people who've added stuff to cart but haven't necessarily purchased. So I want to add here where items added to cart is more than 3. These are, high potential purchases. And then before I go any further, I want to just membership duration. So again, I'm going to set to maximum limit here. I want to target people who've ever done this. But again, I could just say people who've done this over the last 30 days. That audience will sort of build, and then it will naturally tail off as people go out of that time limit. I mean, I guess people who engage with my dog food products more than 30 days ago might be not be a good audience right now. Okay, so I've got a few out of the box audiences. I've got a few custom audiences. Now let's look at how I use those in Google Ads. So I'm going to go over here to my Google Ad account, and on the tools and settings box at the top here, and first of all, just going to check the linked accounts. So I'm going to see that I've got actually 2 Google Analytics 4 accounts, our main website property and this Littledata store property. And importantly, I've clicked activate on the app and web metrics so that we're sharing data between them. Right, now I want to go into Audience Manager, which is over here under Tools and Settings. And I want to, there's lots of different kinds of audiences here. So I'm just going to filter by source is Google Analytics 4 and Firebase. Okay, now you can see some of the audiences importing. As I said, some of them have come from my other Google Analytics account, so you didn't see them before. But for example, my 7-day lapse purchases is here, and I could add that. Now, unfortunately, again, because we haven't had that many users buy over the last few months, this is too small to serve. But if it was larger, I could just use that in campaign. I'm not seeing my dog food potential purchases in here yet because it's a new audience. It takes a little while to sync. So be patient if you just created a new audience. So that's quite powerful. And I know you can build audiences. I mean, obviously there are audiences here that are done just based on Google Ads tags. But I think the audience building in Google Analytics 4 is much more powerful, especially when it comes to e-commerce metrics and events. So if I go back to Google Analytics, I might, for example, want to tweak this. Now I think about it, I just don't. I want to have people who've added the items to cart, but have I don't know if I had to edit this. Interesting. Edit. There we go. Not quite sure why that's not letting me edit it. Oh well, doesn't matter. Okay, well I'll talk you through it. What I was thinking is, okay, what we're not excluding here is people who have actually purchased the dog food products already. So we probably, when we look at this audience, we probably just want to look at only people, excluding people who have purchased that product category. So I could add that as an exclusion for the audience. Right, that's audience building for you. I'm happy to get any more questions on that. Let me just step out the screen share so we can do that. No questions as yet. So I think let me take one more look at Google Analytics. Now I want to show you a couple of new reports that have launched recently. So let me share that tab again. Yeah, so one of the things I've noticed over the last week is this under monetization reports, we've got this new user purchase journey report. So this is something that was previously included with Universal Analytics and has been one of our sort of top requests as an e-commerce analytics business. And what it does is just takes the metrics that are that are sent across the shopping behavior journey, previously called the shopping behavior report. So session start, where they view the product, where they added to basket, checkout, purchase. Quite simple 5 steps. You can view the funnel steps, and you can. I mean, this is a hardwired report, but in the explorations I'll show you in a moment, we could build a funnel that was similar. And again, we've got just here split by device category, but I could split it by any of the activities. So, for example, maybe I want to split it by region. I can suddenly go and see how that's working. So we seem to have a lot of purchases from North Holland for whatever reason. So that's how the user purchase journey reports. You can obviously see the drop-off rate if I hover over here. So I can see that 80% of people viewing the product adding to cart. That seems pretty high. I suspect, again, the nature of our traffic, most e-com stores, that'd be higher. In Universal, you used to be able to sort of create an audience automatically by clicking on here, abandonment rate. But again, we could easily create one in the audience build, as I just showed you, to see people who'd added to basket. Viewed product but not added to basket. In fact, let's step back into the audience builder and do just that. So I'm going to go back to here. Sorry, we got what happened there. Just having a moment, right? Audiences, right? So I'm going to create a new audience, create a custom audience, right? So what I want to do is target people who'd seen a particular event, but not done a different event. So I can do here. I've got all my events, and what I want to say is people who have view item. So that's basically view item means they've seen the product details page, and I could say people who'd only seen view item with a particular particular thing. So I could say, right, view item in a particular category. In fact, I'll do that. So going back to my dog food example, I'll say, right, I want people who viewed items in the dog food category, no, not all. How do I exclude? Here we go. And exclude users when they've done event add to cart, which is at the top here. And I have to write a description because we've already got untitled. So these are dog food viewers who didn't add to cart. I could add, so that's quite a powerful audience right there, and we'll deliberately target people who were interested but didn't add to cart. And I can again push that into Google Ads, as I've already shown. Okay, so going back to the monetization user purchase journey, I mean, there are some more granular steps within here. So, for example, between session starting and viewing the product, they might be a product list. Between beginning of checkout and purchase, there's a few more purchase steps in there. So I could go in and build a funnel in explorations that's a bit more granular. So let's go and do that. So I want to do a funnel exploration. Right, and it's sort of got a custom thing here, but again, I want to edit the steps. So I don't want this. So I'm going to start. Session start seems like the right step to start with. Now I can choose whether I'm indirectly or directly followed. I want to keep it indirectly, as in I don't mind if they viewed other pages first. But what I'm interested in is the next one I could do, for example, is that they have add a step. Let's get rid of all these steps. Move step. Move step. Right. So next one I want to do is view item list or view PLP, let's say. And then what I want to do here is view item list. And then I could add a step saying next step is view PDP, view. So this is the view item event we just looked at. Then we could look at add to cart. And these are all indirectly followed by. And I could add a filter. I can always add a parameter here to say I only want people who've added a certain amount to cart, or you could have added to cart a certain quantity or a certain price or whatever. And then so we've got begin checkout. Event here is begin checkout. And then we've got the next step of the checkout is shipping info. Add shipping info. Here we go. And then finally, I might have, so this is add shipping info. And then we have add payment info. Where event is add payment info. So there we go. There's my funnel in a lot more granularity than the out-the-box one. So it's fairly easy to build. And I can then build a whole load of segmentation in there if I want to look at it for a particular slice of the traffic. If you want more information about how the exact events the Littledata tracks, we have these all in our help guides. So let me just show you that quickly. So we've got quite comprehensive documentation here. For example, Shopify to Google Analytics. You can see in this guide all of the kind of event names and what they mean exactly. And again, for server-side events. And if you want to go further, we have a complete kind of tracking schema that you can copy in Google Sheets that really explains exactly all of the events and when they happen. And for each event, exactly which properties or fields are available on that event. So, if you have a purchase, you can look at the items on that purchase or the item SKU on that purchase. If you have a add payment info, you can look at the price and the checkout or the store name or so on. So lots of granular data in there. Okay, great. Well, we're nearly out of time for this week. Next week, we're going to be drilling in some of the more common questions for Google Analytics 4. So we've been doing quite a lot of demos and training with customers the last few weeks, and I'll just be summarizing what are the things that are currently being asked, what are the challenges customers are having with the move to GA4, and what are the workarounds, what are the ways you can build custom reports or add back some of the reporting that you might have previously been used to. What are the limitations? As I said, in a lot of cases, there are fewer limitations, but obviously there are a few, let's say, idiosyncrasies we can look at. And so if you have any questions around that, please reach out to us before that, and we can add it back into the questions, or tune in next week to find out more about how to build reporting in Google Analytics 4. Thanks very much.